Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, my dear friends. As part of my seminars, now I would like to discuss about challenges and scope of mental health nursing. So, my seminar is on challenges and scope of mental health nursing. So, this is my topic. So, actually, there are the see when you want to be a psychiatric nurse, okay, when you want to be a mental nurse, so you need to face some challenges when you are working in the hospital, psychiatric hospitals, and we need to know the what are the scopes we have in the mental health nursing. Okay, so first we will see the challenges which are there in the mental health nursing settings. Okay, challenges. Okay, here like challenges of psychiatric or mental health nursing, psychiatric nursings. Okay, the challenges of psychiatric nursing are increasing. New knowledge is being generated, and the technology is shaping healthcare into new dimension, and nursing practice is becoming more specialized and autonomous. So here the challenges which a nurse need to face in the hospital settings means, like, no, that the challenges also increase where the new technology, advanced technology is improving. When where the advanced technology is increasing, so automatically the challenges also, the in the psychiatric setting, the challenges are also increasing. So because the people are, when advanced, when the technology is improving, automatically the people are getting new knowledge, right? So the new knowledge is generating, so technology also shaping the healthcare into a new dimensions, as well as the nursing practice also, practicing the nursing theories and practicing the nursing procedures also becoming more specialized and autonomous. Okay, so the knowledge, the first under that challenges, the knowledge development, dissemination and application. So here knowledge improving because technology also, advanced technology also increasing, so automatically the people are getting new knowledge, so new knowledge developing. And dissemination means spreading information. So when we are getting the knowledge, new knowledge, so automatically will spread that knowledge to other people, right? So we are spreading the information, and dissemination means spreading the information. Then the application, so the same knowledge or the same whichever the information we are gathering, when the technology is improving, that we are applying on the patient. Okay, so the challenges for psychiatric nurses today is to stay abreast of the advances in total healthcare in order to provide safe, competent care to individuals with mental disorders. Why we are getting new knowledge? Why we want to spread the knowledge to people, and why we need to apply that knowledge in the practice? Nursing practice means we need to provide a good quality of care to the patient, and we need to provide safe for the patient and complete care for the individuals, those who are suffering from the mental disorders. Okay, additional challenges for psychiatric nurses include updating their knowledge so that significant results of studies can be applied to the care of patients. So even additional challenges, when see, you think, when the knowledge is improving, when we are getting, when we are generating the new knowledge, okay, when the advanced technology is improving, automatically we are getting new knowledge. When we are getting new knowledge, we are spreading that knowledge, or we are spreading that information. Okay, when we are spreading the information, automatically the people are applying that information on the patients to improve the quality of care and to make the patients to be safe, and to prevent the all the diseases and all. Even well, in when we are doing this all those things, even additional challenges also we may get, because there will be, when the people are getting new knowledge, when they are applying on the patients, there may be like infrastructure may not be good. Okay, there are the many problems, many challenges may be, they may uh, they may get the many additional challenges also, they want to face some additional challenges also. Okay, so that is the way, when we are having the knowledge, we need to update the knowledge so that significant results of the studies can be applied to the care of the patient. So always when when we are getting some new knowledge, when the new knowledge is generating within us, so we need to update that knowledge. Okay, so to provide the good quality of care, and we may get the some good results. The next one is overcoming. Next challenge is overcoming stigma. First one is knowledge development, the dissemination and application. Then the second challenge is overcoming stigma. Stigma, what do you mean by stigma? This is disgrace. Okay, disgrace by the persons, disgrace by the people. Okay, means like here what they are doing means, like, when the people are, see, actually the people are stigma in the sense disgrace means they were not at all showing concern towards the people. For example, you think that in a family, okay, in a family, if you think a depression patient is there, so actually what they need to do, if they see, if the people are adjusting people with the patient who is suffering with the depression, if they are adjusting with him, it's okay. See, everyone cannot adjust, right? So in among them, if one people also not understanding why he is so dull, why his face is so dull, why he is having mood changes, why he is sitting alone, why he is not eating properly, why he is not sleeping properly, they'll have some questions. So automatically they won't feel that he is suffering with the depression. They may say that some other problems, maybe any, like any issues had happened, or any love failures, or what happened to him. They'll have negative impact on the patients rather than the confirming the diagnosis. So that is the what, like always they will have disgrace on the patients. Actually they doesn't know what is happening inside the patients, but by seeing the symptoms, some outcoming symptoms, so by seeing the existing symptoms, like he's not cooperating, he want to stay alone, he want to be isolated, so that all the things, the other people's also having a disgrace on them. So they are not knowing the actual problem, but they are having some type of stigma. Okay, so that is overcoming stigma also one type of those people. So even though they are already suffering with the depression, when the other people also are talking behind them or commenting psychiatric patients, even that is more, that will give more painful, okay, to the patient. So how can we overcome that type of situations? That also one of the challenge, okay, overcoming stigma. So nurses can play an important role in dispelling myths of mental illness. Stigma often prevents individuals from seeking help for mental health problems. And so always stigma is like why when the people are suffering with, when the people are having affected with the stigma, so always we need to prevent it from the individual. We need to seek the help from mental health problems. So to reduce the burden of mental illness and improve access to care, nurses can educate all of their patients about the etiology, symptoms, and treatment of mental illness. So to overcome the stigma, what a nurse, psychiatric nurse need to do, what is her responsibility means, when the patient, so when the patient is suffering from, for example, depression, okay, we need to advise the patients to explore his feelings, and we need to advise the patients to share his emotions, feelings, everything. So thereby at least all the people, those who are commenting him, those who are showing stigma towards the patient, even they may understand something else. Okay, if simply he is sitting in the room, they will not understand, right? So that is the way. And even as a nurse, we need to explain the patients about etiological factor of depression and the symptoms of the depression and treatment modalities of the particular depression. Means I'm taking as a depression as an example, that's it. Not only the depression, other mental illnesses also there. So even we need to advise the patient to we need to inform, or we need to educate the patient about the etiology, symptoms, treatment, and mental illness. Thereby at least he may explore his feelings and problems. Thereby we can overcome the stigma from the people. Okay, then the next one is next challenge is healthcare delivery system challenges. Healthcare delivery system challenges are additional continuing challenges for psychiatric nurses, including providing nursing care within integrated community based services, where culturally competent high quality nursing care is needed to meet the emerging mental health care needs of the patient. So healthcare delivery system challenges, healthcare delivery system challenges is the most important, because no, like we need to provide, we should have a good equipments, we should have a good resources, right? So we need to have good materials to high quality of care. We need to, if we want to provide high quality of care to the patients, everything we need. Infrastructure should be good, the good faculty staffing should be there. Okay, then the responsibility person should be there, and all the resources should be available, all the materials, all the equipment should be well equipped. Okay, these are all the things also will take it as a challenge in the psychiatric nurses. So impact of technology. So one of the next other challenge is impact of technology. Nurses are challenged to continue to develop their technical and computer skills and to use this technology in improving care. See, you don't think that all the hospitals though who are there in our, for example, take India. Okay, see, compared to all the other foreign countries, in India there are the very less equipments are there. Okay, less technology is there, whereas compared to all foreign countries, take USA, okay, compare with India. So USA well developed hospitals are there, well developed technology they were improving, but whereas here India compared to USA somewhat little, okay, they were not well equipped, equipments are not there, and well planned, the technology is not available in Indians hospital. So there are the differences there. So always this is also one of the challenge, okay. You don't think that all the hospitals are well equipped with all the technology, even computer, or even like nowadays, or they were not at all with BP operators, they are not checking the BP, like, right. So other digital operators are there, like that are the all the technology. Even if they want to record all the patient history, even they were using all that completely computers only. Now some of the hospitals they'll maintain case sheet, so some of the hospitals completely they'll record in the system itself. So there are the many issues are there. Even treatment also they are providing through the systems, okay, like that. So even the impact of technology also one of the challenge in the psychiatric nursing. So one by one we'll see now. So a stigma as a social challenge in effective delivery care delivery. Stigma also one of the challenge. Okay, so here we need to know that stigma means disgrace by the persons or people. Okay, stigma is a one of a social or mental social challenge in effective care delivery. Okay, if you want to provide a good quality of care, effective care to the people, okay, even stigma also one of the challenge. Okay, how to overcome the stigma. So stigma is a global challenge in mental health care. Okay, this is not only the one particular hospital or one state, one district or one country, global challenge. Okay, stigma is a global challenge in mental health care and associated with human right violation in many societies. Even it is not only to the people or family members, even these stigma may be like violated by the human rights, okay, in many societies. Okay, social and cultural context as loci of control. Loci in the sense center for the control. Okay, social and cultural context as a loci means center for the control. Here they given the stigma means what? Disgrace. And prejudice means negative opinion without experience, without their knowledge, without their experience, they will have a negative opinions, negative impact. Okay, discrimination. What do you mean by discrimination? This is the act of treatment. Okay, these are the three things we need to overcome in the people. Okay, these also challenges. So stigma in mental illness. How can we are talking about the stigma? How I give an example about the depression, right? So here also they given some of the things, stigma in mental illness, like, no, what people see, what actually happening. Two things you should remember. Actually what the people may see and actually what is happening inside the patient. So that only what I said. For example, I have given the example, right? So like what is happening inside his body or inside his mind, inside his soul, nobody knows. Okay, even the psychiatry also sometimes he may not understand what is going on inside the patient. Okay, so how about the family, how about the friends, how about the colleagues, how about the neighbors? So they cannot understand, right? So actually what is the happening inside the patient, like related to mental illness, they doesn't know. But what the people sees, that is the main thing, that is the stigma. What, no, actually what is happening they doesn't know, and they may explore, like, they may blame the people or they may criticize them. Okay, without knowing. So like, here you think what people sees. If you cutting the people out or giving up friendship, okay, if you are cutting the people from your life, or if you are giving up friendship, giving up means if you are having a, if you are breakage, when you break the friendship, okay, that the people like that is the thing they sees. And what is actually why he want to cut the people, why he want to give up the friendship means what is happening. He is self isolating due to severity of illness and many other reasons. Why he is doing like that, why he is cutting the people, why he is breaking the friendship means he is isolating. Actually the mental illness is self isolation. Why he is doing self isolation means due to he is suffering from the severe illness, and many other reasons also had been there. Okay, so actually they doesn't know. So actually it is the thing is it's happening due to severity of illness, he is cutting the people and giving up. Okay, actually the people sees that why he is cutting the people, why he is not doing friendship, they'll have question mark there. Okay, the laziness or not trying enough. So here why, what is happening, why he is doing laziness, and it is why he is not trying enough. trying, why he is not at all trying to do work, he is not at all trying to wake up, he is not at all trying to eat, trying to sleep, not trying to sleep. Why means he is fighting so hard but silently. Actually they may think that by seeing when the people are silent, even they are suffering with the mental illness, sometimes they may silent. So by seeing the silent, other peoples may think that so he's a completely, he's very lazy, he's not at all doing any work, he's not at all trying to do any something. They may criticize like that, but actually what is happening, he's fighting hard but silently he is doing that. Okay, then the staying in bed all the day. So see, actually the people sometimes they were not willing to do any work. Okay, they are always in the bed itself, so exhausted, fatigue or no energy. So mental illnesses leads to exhausted. If they do the little work also, they are completely exhausted, and they are completely doing their losing their energy, they are feeling tiredness, they are feeling fatigue. Okay, but what people say, what people think that so why chumma is simply is sitting in the bed, why simply is sleeping on the bed, they'll have question mark. Okay, then the not listening, not paying attention. So why he is doing like that means severe symptoms that freezes him to in the bed. And being rude or bad attitude, if the people see, they may actually due to intrusive thought or voices often louder than people who talk. Okay, maybe he is having aggressive behavior, maybe he may have some type of psychiatric problem, so mental illness. Okay, he is suffering from the mental illness. If they talk little also, they'll get suddenly they'll get anger. Okay, suddenly they will behave rudely, aggressive behavior they may have, hyperactivity behavior they may have, personality disorders they may have. So they doesn't know, other people doesn't know why he is behaving like that, or will say that why he is having any problem, why he is behaving like that, so we should not talk with him, will simply will scold him. Okay, but actually what is happening, his thought, voices, everything became louder due to this illness. Okay, purposely distance. Okay, he is maintaining distance, purposefully, wantedly he is maintaining or he is keeping distance. Why means constant worrying, ruminations. Okay, ruminations in the sense deep thoughts, always he is having the deep thoughts and constantly he is worrying about something. Okay, that also one of the mental illness. But what people are thinking, the people may think that purposely, wantedly he is doing like that, he don't like to do friendship with us, he don't want to talk with us, that is the way he is doing like that. So people may see it like that, but actually what is happening, he is having deep thoughts and he is worrying constantly and not caring or being selfish. Okay, always he's not at all caring anyone and is always selfish. People may see it like that, but actually what happened, mental illness, unable to express emotions. So he's unable to express his emotions, his feelings. Okay, to anyone. Okay, that are one type of mental illness. When he's having a painful situations, painful memories, he cannot express his feelings. So what people may think that they may think that he's very selfish and he's not at all caring anyone. People may see it like that. These are the things you should remember, differentiations. What people says, what people sees in mental illness patients, actually what is happening inside the patient. Okay, the stigma also in the mental illness, one of the great challenge. Next, anti-stigma strategies. How can we'll overcome the stigma means here, like self stigma, that maybe due to how can we'll do the self stigma means by using the therapeutic interventions and peer support programs. And public stigma, how can we overcome the public stigma means by using community awareness programs and by using motivational stories. And the structural stigma here, by using policy challenges and by using educational programs. These are the anti stigma strategies. By using these strategies, even we can prevent the and stigma challenges in the psychiatric settings. Okay, next, challenges in effective care delivery in clinical settings. Even the next one is effective care delivery system, healthcare delivery system, effective healthcare delivery system, also one of the challenge, right? So here there are the they given some challenges in to provide effective care, effective healthcare to the people, patients in a psychiatric ward. There are they given some challenges also, other challenges. The first one is physical layout, second one is patient characteristics, third one is therapeutic roles, and the fourth one is staffing. Physical layout means physical design or physical infrastructure. So okay, so here challenges related to physical design or challenges related to the physical layout. So see, if you want to provide a good quality of care, if you want to provide a good effective health care to the people, patient, those who are suffering with the mental illness, so that type of people, so the challenges are, so physical design also one of the challenge. Why means, see, suddenly if we want to come from his home, if we want to adjust with the like environment, hospitals, that to psychiatric environment is very difficult to manage that. It is very difficult to adjust. So even the outlook of the hospital or design of the hospital or infrastructure of the hospital should be good and clean and neat. That should be attracted by the patient. When he sees that hospital structure, hospital design, he should feel that, yeah, he should feel some relaxation in his mind. He should feel that he wants to stay in the hospital, so like that. So always you should have some questions, some challenges. Should psychiatric hospital need a special design? Yes, psychiatry hospital should have a special design to attack the people. And why a behavior monitoring system needed? So by seeing that design, by seeing infrastructure, by seeing the physical layout, even the people, even the patient may feels that he want to stay in the hospitals. Even their behaviors also, if that is not clean, if that is not good, if that is very dirty, and even there are the cracks, there are the, see, dust is present, means even his behaviors also might be changes. Okay, completely the physical layout also depends on the behavior system of the patient. Okay, so see, psychic ward, even seclusions, sometimes seclusions, it really needed? Yes, the seclusions also needed, and chemical physical restraints. And how would a psychiatric ward be safe? So always that should be safe. And because sometimes you don't think that if that is very dirty, if he is not maintaining proper cleanliness and all, if that outlook or any cracking or any, there may be injuries may happen. Okay, there may be water leakage may happen, there may be electrical shocks may be happen, so there are the fire accidents may happen, there are the many problems may occur. So always the psychiatric ward should be safe for the even particular, not only medical disorders. You don't think that you think medical disorder patients, okay, but always already they are the psychiatric patients, means whatever happened on a particular time we don't know. So always the psychiatric hospital should be safe. And where to place safe, where to place a nurses station in a psychiatric hospitals. Even these also most important, because even a nurse cannot stay a prolonged time with the patient, right, patient side, right. So even they need to have to relax sometimes, to eat, or to take rest sometimes. Even they need to have some psychiatric hospital. In that psychiatric hospital they need to have some nurses station. Here if you want to look, you have a look, see how nicely they were dressed up. Okay, these two nurses they were dressed up. So can you identify how the psychic ward has been? Full cracks are there, cement has been lost there, everything. Okay, and full duster has been presented. So this is not at all effective. See, if I want to admit a psychiatric patients in this ward, okay, in the psychiatric ward, how he feels? Okay, he don't feel to live in that particular ward, and he will have some different like behavioral problems also he may get. Even he may not cooperate with the people. So the ward or the infrastructure of the like hospital also should be clean and neat. Okay, that also one of the challenge. The next challenges which are related to patient characteristics and relapse. Okay, even the challenges also, challenges which are related to the patient characteristics. Okay, after admitting in the psychiatric hospital, if he is suffering with the mental illness, what are the patient characteristics? That also one of the challenge. Okay, so here relapse in the sense, what do you mean by frequent relapses? Here they given one challenge is frequent relapse. Frequent relapse means once a sick person or injured person deteriorate after improvement of the health. So after improvement from the health, okay, after improvement from the particular problem, even again he may fall into sick or injury, or that may cause the deterioration. So that is called relapse. Okay, so frequent relapse may gives the patients poor compliance in the sense the willing to do complain. Actually, what do you mean by complaints means willing to do. Here poor complaints means they are not willing to participate in the any activities. Okay, Then the next one is accessibility and affordability issues with treatment. So even they need to have the access to the provide treatment, and they need to provide effort to the patient, and they need to provide their own time, even nurses. Okay, so that also, while providing treatment, effort, accessibility also should be there when we want to provide a treatment for the patient. Okay, that also one of the issue. And adverse drug reaction, sometimes side effects may occur after providing a treatment or after administering the any medications. There will be adverse effects may occur. That also one of the challenge to face to the nurses. And like comorbidities means, morbidity means diseases, rate of the diseases. What do you mean by comorbidity? Means having multiple diseases within a patient. In one patient we may see say multiple diseases. That also one of the challenge. And expressed emotions, so sometimes they may not express their emotions, and whatever they are facing, okay, they are not express. So that also, expressed emotions also some of the challenges. And poor insight, okay, sometimes we cannot go inside the patient. Okay, socio demographics and cultural sensitivity, and comorbid illnesses, variety or complexity of symptoms, and trust or confidentiality issues. These are also challenges which is related to the patient characteristics. Okay, then the challenging therapeutic roles are like overlapping. Okay, overlapping therapeutic roles. Overlapping in the sense, what do you mean by overlapping? Here, extend over or cover part of the same some areas of the responsibilities. Okay, extended over. Okay, overlapping means, if they want to see, for example, you think that in the staffing, challenging therapeutic roles means completely this is based on the staffing. Nurses, okay, nurses, those who are providing a treatment for the psychiatric nurses. Okay, if a nurse wants to do double duty, okay, morning as well as the evening, so she may feel tired, right? So instead of that, what they want to do, overlapping in the sense, like, instead of them, they may arrange some other people. Okay, they may arrange some other people to provide a treatment to the people. So here they will cover a part of some responsibilities. Okay, they will exchange their responsibilities, and they will exchange their responsibilities and extend the treatment. Extending. Okay, that is overlapping the therapeutic roles. And wellness initiatives, always they need to have some initiation. Okay, that also one of the challenge. And consultation, and that consultation liaison functions also should be there. Liaison, what do you mean by liaison in the sense, it is a communication or a cooperation which facilitates a close working relationship between people in organization. Okay, they'll have a close relationship between the people. So the maintaining communication and cooperation, okay, which facilitates by the people. Okay, the people are nurses, those are in the particular ward. Okay, they are working together, and they will share their responsibilities, and they'll maintain good relationship between the people. Okay, that is comes under liaison function. This also, see, if you don't have cooperation with your colleague nurses, if you don't have good communication or cooperation with if you don't have any good interpersonal relationship with other healthcare team members, you cannot provide good quality of care, right? So always you need to have a good relationship and communication, cooperation with other people also. So if you don't have that, also one of the challenge to face. The mentorship and partnership means exchanging roles, responsibilities. And if they two persons are staying with one patient, they will exchange their roles, they will exchange their responsibility, they'll work together. And partnership, that is called partnership. Mentorship in the sense, what do you mean by mentorship? One mentor should be there, means one guide should be there always to provide good counseling, to provide good knowledge to the nurses. Okay, one head or one guide always supposed to be there with the nurses. Okay, that person, that mentor supposed to be especially experienced person should be there. Okay, if you don't have mentorship, if you don't have partnership, that also one of the challenge. Then the legal liabilities also, national mental health care legal liabilities also one of the challenge in health therapeutic roles. And human rights issues with involuntary admission, so automatically human rights, so you need to always respect the human rights. So sometimes involuntary admissions may be happen. Okay, then the rehabilitation challenges like community based or vocational based rehabilitation. If they don't have any rehabilitation centers, if they are not providing rehabilitation, if they are not sending the people into the rehabilitation center, that also one of the, that may be community based or that may be vocational based, that also one of the challenge. Then the challenges with staffing. Okay, here the challenges with staffing means like always if in a hospital, in a psychiatric hospital, well experienced or well manpower should be good. Okay, their manpower in the sense like there should not have a staff shortage. Okay, staff should be good. Okay, then non nursing roles. Okay, shortage, staff shortage also one of the challenge. And non nursing roles means sometimes they may not shows their nursing professional nursing ethics. Okay, they may play their own roles. Okay, they may play their own responsibilities. Okay, instead of nursing roles they may play their own roles. Okay, that is also non nursing roles also one of the challenge. And shortage of the staff also one of the challenge. And absence of specific guidelines on mental health nurses assignments also, if they are not maintaining some specific challenges, though what they want to practice in the patient healthcare, if their guidelines are, if the specific guidelines are absent, that also one of the challenge. And lack of unified guidelines on staff recruitments when we are recruiting staff for especially for psychiatric patients, if they are not giving some good guidelines, unified guidelines, that also one of the challenge. Then the operational manuals based on evidence is lacking. So when we are even manuals in the sense like in the formation of books and also, that also if they are not having proper evidence also, that of the like one of the challenge. And active professional body specific to psychiatric nurses, so always they need to have a professional bodies in the sense. And above the psychiatric nurse there should be healthcare team members, physician, psychologist, psychiatrist, like then the healthcare team member, therapist, there are the many peoples should be there, care people. Okay, there are the many active professional bodies should be there above the psychiatric nurse, because without their cooperation, without their helping alone, a nurse cannot work properly. So that also one of the challenge. Low opportunities for learning while doing. So if she don't have a proper opportunities do something. Okay, if she want to provide a good quality of care to the people, if she don't have any opportunity to do that, always other people are doing her instead of her, other people are doing, means she lost her opportunities, right? That also for learning something, for doing something she's supposed to learn something. If for learning something she should have some opportunities. If there is no opportunity she cannot learn. If she don't learn she cannot do. Okay, that also one of the challenges which are associated to psychiatric nursing education. Okay, challenges associated to psychiatric nursing education means there will be a lack of clinical infrastructure may be there. And psychiatric nursing education related to the mental health nursing education theory basis. Okay, lack of clinical infrastructure, if they don't have a proper hospitals to learn about the psychiatric patients, that also one of the challenge. And accessibility of the training institutions, if they don't have a good training institutions to train up about the mental health, and that also one of the challenge. And lack of guidelines for student appraisal, even if they don't have a proper guide, if they don't have a proper counselor to tell about the complete topics or subject about the psychiatric nursing, that also one of the challenge. And in the some of the other challenges also there which is associated with the psychiatric nursing education, that are negligency from other discipline in nursing, this also negligency also. And confidentiality issues also. And lack of opportunities in application of knowledge in terms of assessment, planning and intervention, these also challenges which are associated with nursing education. And value based education, anything related like there may be a based on acknowledging and respecting human values. Okay, always the knowledge which we are improving, or the education which we want to learn, okay, through the education only we will learn something. If we learn, we'll do perfectly. on the patient. So based on acknowledging and respecting human values, we may get some type of education and helpful in recognition of self and other potentials. This education, mental study of about mental health education, so that we may respect human values. If we'll good in mental health education, we'll respect human values, and we'll help in recognize ourselves, and will recognize others also. And by studying the mental health, and classroom based training modules also available sometimes, and pure mentorship models also tested using group assignments. Okay, these are the value based education. Okay, then the challenges which are associated to psychiatric nurse research. Okay, the challenges which are associated to psychiatric nursing research are like ethical issues and informed consent. Okay, if see, some people may wants to do research in the psychiatric or on mental illness patients. Okay, because without research we cannot get new knowledge, or we cannot improve our new technologies and all. So research is must and should in psychiatry, not only psychiatry, in other medical conditions also. So psychiatric nursing research also one of the challenge here. Completely based on these challenges are based on the ethical issues and informed consent, and other challenges, discipline specific interventions with its efficacy tested, and cultural sensitivity measurements, and lack of ground level data, and insisting on higher form of evidence without any adequate ground level work, and poorly developed strategies adapted from other disciplines. Okay, these are all the challenges which are associated or which are related to the psychiatric nursing research. Next, we'll move on to the scope of psychiatric nursing. Okay, we'll move on to the scope of psychiatric nursing. Under the scope of psychiatric nursing, okay,